Welcome back to the vlog. Welcome here to Papua New Guinea. My name is Ryan. This is the Kodiak airplane, and we're heading up into the mountains, back up to my home base, up to Goroka, on a 25-minute flight.
TAWS system test. Okay.
For a 25-minute flight. I'm going to be sharing something new with you guys on the way up there, something that you guys can be involved in, and basically recreating some of these flights, something new that I just created. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll get into that once we get out of here. All right, igniter's on, fuel pump on, get our fuel on, and low start. Fuel energy comes up over 14%, oil pressure is obviously coming in, fuel flow is still 0. Introduce our fuel flow is coming up, energy is starting to rise, and our ITT is starting to rise up as well, which is the interstage turbine temperature. If you're unfamiliar, you can Google it if you don't know. Alright, once everything peaks out, we'll turn igniters off, our fuel pump back to standby. Generator on, let it spike up to about 95 today. Put our alternator on. Yes, they are backups to backups in this airplane. And we have 2 batteries as well. Okay, let's go ahead and just do our checklist as far as we can. I have these on my website if you guys are unfamiliar with these are. These just Velcro to your dash of any airplane. And they come with different faceplates for like turbine or piston or like a 172. Like I've got 3 different ones available right now as well as this is backlit. So it's really cool, but as you'll see, I'll use it in this video, and it just helps make sure that you cover all of your critical items for takeoff and landing. So our fuel caps and selectors, so basically our fuel, I've got my fuel in there, I've checked my caps, and I've got my fuel selectors on. My controls, I'm just checking to make sure that I've got full control movements. Our systems, which I did in the morning, and our TAWS. This is just train awareness. We don't need to turn off for this one. Our switches, we'll do all of our lights here in a second, and in our instruments we've got 10,000 put in. We'll do area local QNH 1010, and we've got our VREF. We have to come back and land at 62, and our rotate at 53. Mid-Tank Tower, November Tango Echo, ready for taxi, correction, Goroka, 1 POV.
Mid-Tango Charlie Tower, taxi runway 07, clear the backtrack, line up.
This is November Tango Echo, clear to backtrack and line up 07.
Affirm, November Tango Echo.
November Tango Echo. Sound like you said a different airplane. All right, we'll throw our taxi light on. All right, we are clear to backtrack and line up. And we're clear left and right as far as I can see. We'll throw our strobes on and our landing light as well. And put our pulse lights on, because there's a lot of birds here. Our flaps are set indicated, as well as being verified on here. Our trims are already set up. Our abort procedures will be airspeed allowed by the 500-foot marker and an airborne by the 1,000-foot. Otherwise, we'll remain on the runway after takeoff. We'll pitch for 85 knots. Consider PL, consider feather. Either those, if the PL doesn't work, we'll cut off, pull off, and shut off. Probably make a left-hand or right-hand turn to the closest I can get to the edge of the coast. 85, then 80 full flaps. Make my call on tower, emergencies, masters, and crack my door. Ignition, inlet, and lights are done. 32 degrees, so 1540. November Tango Echo, ready for departure.
November Tango Echo, traffic sharing the Delta Kodiak is Aira 4, Medang, number 12000. 10 miles Fortune, but the runway 07, make a right turn, clear for takeoff.
Copy 0 to Delta, clear for takeoff, 07, right turn, November Tango Echo. Alright, ignition, condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses. Checklist is complete. 1540. Let's see how fast we can take off. 53 knots, there's 500 foot. And we'll pitch up for 73 knots. For our ITT right at 740. So it's like a 14-degree climb. Alright, let's see how high we are by the end of the runway, okay? So, we're coming up on the end of the runway now. So not amazing. It's still going. Let me go off to the right so I can see a little bit. Alright, almost to the end. There's the end, 900 feet. Not bad. Take off by the 500, get to the 900.
Sierra India
At the end of the
Delta.
runway.
Sierra India Delta. Setting time 10 within.
That's another Kodiak that's coming in here from Ayura. I've taken you guys in there multiple times. I'll leave our landing light on for him as he's coming in. He'll be here in another 8 minutes. Kodiak Tower in Sierra Delta. Over Tango Echo on a right-hand turn now. We'll be flying up the coastline on climb 10,000. Departed time 03. We'll be tracking 199er. Koroka 28. I'm sorry, unreadable transmission, November Tango Echo.
Confirm, copy, Sierra India Delta.
Affirmative, copy, Sierra India Delta.
November Tango Echo, Roger, at 25 miles, contact Moresby 120.1, headset 8819.
120-18819 or 25 miles, November Tango Echo. All right, we're just going to be pitching for 100 knots. That's going to give us our most altitude. That's going to keep us above Sierra India Delta that's coming in. He'll be here in 8 minutes, and he was coming in from 12,000, so we're already passing 3,300 now. So I think we'll probably be well out of his way by the time he gets in here. Well, the new thing that I wanted to share with you guys is the fact that I just finished up a how-to, like a Kodiak simulator course for you guys. I know that the Kodiak's coming out for Microsoft Flight Sim from SimWorks, I believe, and it might already be out by the time this video comes out. I actually don't know. It was supposed to come out back in May, so I've been working on it for a few months, and I finally just had enough time to put it all together and put it online for you guys. So check the link out down below if you guys are interested. If you've never done any flight simulator, this is for you. If you have done flight simulator and you want to learn specifics about the Kodiak, this is for you. What this course is not is it's not a course to be a supplement for you to go out and start jumping and renting into a 152. It's strictly just to get you going on flight simulator, as well as just familiarizing yourself with either the G1000, the primary flight display, the multifunction display, engine management for a turbine engine, how to start it, how to shut down, how to set up all your crews, what you're looking for, what each one of your numbers is looking for on here. And not only that, but like takeoff, landing, all the basics and the fundamentals of flying. Yeah, November Tango Echo is passing 5,800, currently 4.6 miles, and just flying up the coast at this time.
Cover that. Sierra India Delta is 15 to the south, descending through 7,500, and we are on the land side of the coast, descending.
All right, we should be well clear, November Tango Echo. So another thing with this e-course is basically I have an affiliate program because I want it to be able to be shared with a lot of people that are wanting to get into flight simulators but don't really know how or don't really know where to start. This is for them, and I want to give you guys an opportunity as a viewer also to have a chance to make some money. So it's a 50% affiliate. You'll make 50% of the sale. For anybody you guys share it with, your friends, on forums, on Discords, whatever it might be, I have a way that you guys can also make a little bit of cash as well.
November Tango Echo, your altitude this time?
7,300, November Tango Echo.
Okay, thank you. We're through 6,400. We'll reduce our descent right now.
Have a good day. This is nice. I have no passengers on board. Not really a lot of fuel on board. Heading back up to Kodiak, and we're still climbing at like 1,300 feet per minute, even going through 8,000. I remember years ago, I took a 152 up to 10,000 feet from sea level. It took 40 minutes to get up to 10,000 feet. By the end of it, I was like climbing at like 50 feet per minute. It was pathetic, but I just wanted to see if I could do it. And I thought, wow, I've never been up to 10,000 feet, ever. At that point, I'd never been up to 10,000. So it was pretty cool and exciting. Now we go up there every day, all the time. Also, with this e-course, is it's all video course. Basically, I do the same kind of filming I'm doing right now. I did as much as I possibly could in the actual aircraft, exactly like this video, just to keep congruency with everything else I'm doing. But then there was some instrument stuff. I forgot to mention that. We also go into some instrument procedures, not in depth on how to do them. It's really more if you know how to do them. It's more centered around the G1000 and how to set it up. But those ones I actually used our flight simulator that we have at work. It's a $250,000 full simulator. It's a really awesome thing. You guys would probably really enjoy playing around with it. But there was just some things it was so much easier and so much faster to be able to do that than try to incorporate it into like 10 of my flights where I'm just trying to get this instrument stuff in for you guys. So anyways, I hope you guys do enjoy it. I really hope you guys get some value out of it as well. That chime was letting me know I'm just 200 feet before 10,000 feet. I'm going to turn off my right fuel though, just because it's not burning very even in this airplane. Once we get our speed up here close to 130 knots, then I'm just going to start bringing my torque not down to about 1270. So if I'm watching that, bring it to 1270 and then I just let it sit there, it will come on down the extra 20 back right and settle right at 1250. Take a little bit of right rudder pressure out now that we're leveled off, our speed's increasing. Well, not bad. We've leveled off at 10,000 feet within 12.5 miles of departing Madang. So, yeah, that's pretty amazing. I really enjoy it because it's a lot cooler up here. Once you get through that 5,000 foot mark, the humidity just kind of disappears. It cools off. Right now, it's 11 degrees Celsius outside. So I'll throw up that, what is in Fahrenheit, I don't know, somewhere in the 50s, low 50s probably. But we're at our minimum safe altitude to be able to punch through this cloud layer right here. I just came down here an hour ago, so I know that by the time I get to the other side of it, it should open right back up over the Ramu Valley. I hope so, at least that's the way it was on the way down here. Otherwise I'll have to either climb up or head down the Ramu Valley and descend, but I think that we'll be alright being back into the Goroka Valley. I love when you get into these clouds and you're just right at the top of them, where you can still see out just the very tippy top of your windshield. It's cool that you can still enjoy your job even after every single flight. And I understand that a lot of these flights are like the same, and that's why I don't always film every single one of them, because the flight from Madang to Goroka, well, I've done it like hundreds of times and it's a bit boring for me. But when you do things like this and the different aspects about the flight are different, it just kind of, I don't know, rejuvenates your excitement for flying, and you're like, man, this is incredible. Into a little bit of rain. I remember the first time I ever flew through a cloud, even after I finished my IFR rating and everything, I'd never even flown into a cloud. That's how pathetic my training was. I remember flying into it and thinking, all right, well, let's see how this goes. I remember it was just like so much like visual stimulation, even though you couldn't see anything, and it was kind of like moisture and rainy on the window, and it was bumpy, and I was like, wow, this is not at all what I expected. All right, there we go. We broke out already. Alright, well, I'm hoping that this cloud layer, when I came down here, I had to come at like maybe 9,500 to stay above it. So if I'm not clear and above it by the middle of the Ramu Valley, then I'm going to go ahead and have to climb up a little bit higher, take it over top of it to get back down into the Goroka Valley. Because at 10,000 feet, I'm going to be below the mountains going into the Goroka Valley that are off to my right-hand side. Madang 1201, correction, Moresby 1201, November Tango Echo. Phone I have it.
November Tango Echo, Moresby, good day, go ahead.
Good day, November Tango Echo, 27 miles to the South Madang, maintaining 10,000. Estimating Goroka, time 26.
November Tango Echo, QNH 1009, traffic is Mike Alpha Kilo, Cessna Caravan. It's all from the west-southwest. Total 9,000, estimating Goroka 0128. Checking Bavarian Coco.
Copy Mike Alpha Kilo 28 Goroka, November Tango Echo. Alright, well it's clear underneath. I probably could have taken that tiny hole right here to get down underneath. I'll see a little bit further, we'll see what it looks like. I hate going down to have to go right back up if it doesn't work. Because coming through the Binning Gap on the way down to Madang, had quite a few clouds. I got through there at like 9,600 feet, and there was quite a few clouds underneath all the way down to the ground. But things change here so quick that it might have cleared up by now. Yeah, the valley's cleared up now, it looks like. Perfect. We'll just go through that low saddle in the clouds, get through the gap, and then just descend a little bit quicker because I'm here by myself, so I don't really care. Alright, well, looking up there, it doesn't look like my 10,000 is going to get me through at this specific area. I'm going to head off to the right. It looks like there might be a channel that's going up that way.
November Tango Echo, no additional reported traffic at 15 miles. Goroka, contact Goroka Tower, 118 days more.
15 miles, Goroka contact, Goroka Tower, November, Tango Echo. I'm going to head over that way a little bit further. If it still isn't looking good, then I'm just going to have to jump up over top of this layer. My minimum safe to get in here is 13,900, so I really don't want to have to go up that high. But I think even 12,000 would probably get me up over. But I'm thinking, I don't see a channel there yet, but it looks like there might be a potential way to get in there. I'm actually not seeing it. I'm going to go ahead and start my climb. Just in case. I want to wait all the way there. We'll bump up our ITT up to 720 for our climb. And we'll climb up around 900 feet per minute. See up and over this to see if I can or can't get through here. If you're a patron, you could have got this Kodiak video course all for free. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking, hey, I maybe want to see some extra content on the ground for some of these places that Ryan goes to. I put a lot of these places that we go to. I walk around the village. We do some projects. We're doing one at Moonville right now. It's just taking a lot longer, so I haven't really shared that much. But we've already got fully funded for it by the Bush Drivers. They are like a sim group that do some flying, and they did a fundraiser for it, as well as some other people that have a foundation. They also gave a big chunk, I think like $5,000 or something towards it. So, but we're building a building out there for their community, and I do a lot of
Vertical
cool videos.
track.
Oh, nice. There is a channel right here. I just had to go over here a little bit further. That's what I thought. Okay. That's autopilot off. Anyways, if you want to see some cool videos like that on the ground, or videos, I do videos just even about the Kodiak, little things about it, what I do in the morning, and little cool things about it. That's all on that Patreon link down below. I think a lot of you guys would really enjoy it for just the cost of a cup of coffee, like $5 a month. All right, nice channel right down through the Bennett Gap, almost as always. And start descending at 900 feet. Let's put our fuel on, get our checklist going. We'll turn our taws off as we fly through the gap. See, like I was saying earlier, every single flight is the exact same, yet it's not. Every time you go down, clouds are different. You come in a little bit different. You have some similarities, so it makes your life a little less stressful. It also has the variety, which is just the best thing about PNG. Land of the unexpected. Turn our altitude select down to 5,600 for a pattern altitude. It's basically where I turn final. And once we get about, he said call 15 miles, but because we're now below this mountain range right over here, it goes all up to 11,000, and we're at 9.6. I won't be able to pick Goroka Tower up until about 7.8 miles, basically until I can see it with my eyes, then I can actually get a hold of them. All stations Bennett Gap area, Kodiak November Tango Echo through the Bennett Gap, 9,400 on descent Goroka, estimating Goroka 26. Well, the Goroka Valley is open just about like always, and we'll go this way this time. I don't normally go through this little valley right here, but because I don't have anybody on board, it's not really that windy out today. We'll head down this valley through here. I said it wasn't that bumpy or so that windy. The second I say that, it starts throwing you around.
This land holds great beauty.
It's cool to fly different routes, even if it's just down a different valley. You get to see different
500.
things. I've got 12 knots of tailwind. That's why it's bumpy on this end, because it's hitting all the hills behind me, and Kodiaks do not like wind from behind them. That's for sure. Let's pull the power out a little bit. Goroka Tower, November Tango Echo.
November Tango Echo, Goroka Tower. Good morning.
November Tango Echo through the Bennett Gap, 6 miles to run, 7,400. Your circuit 26, copy Mike Alpha Kilo.
November Tango Echo, runway 35 right, you'll be number 2 landing sequence behind Mike Alpha Kilo. Wind light and variable, QNH 1017, and track and report right base.
1017 will be number 2 behind Mike Alpha Kilo. November Tango Echo, report right base, 17 right, or 35 right. Alright, VREF is off, lights and inlet are done, power up, 20 degrees of flaps, pitch for 73 knots, maneuver is required, we have to go around.
Mike Alpha Kilo, left base for 35 left.
Mike Alpha Kilo, runway 35 left, clear to land.
Okay, land 35 left, Mike Alpha Kilo. Guy in that airplane right there, Mike Alpha Kilo. When I flew with MAF like 5 or 6 years ago on load, and I went there, flew for a year because they had planes and training pilots and we didn't have the Kodiaks. Anyways, that guy right there, he's the guy who did all my training up in WEWAC. Really enjoyed flying with him. All right, prop and harness. We can do that. We're 3 miles out. There's prop forward. And we'll go 10 degrees of flaps. Rocket Tower, November Tango, Echo, right base 35 right. Have Mike Alpha Kilo in sight.
November Tango Echo, continuous number 2.
November Tango Echo. Prop and harness is done. We'll do 20 degrees of flaps once we're below 120 knots. If you fly to the same, if you're a pilot and you fly to the same place, or you're a student pilot or whatever, one thing I would recommend to you is pick out a specific spot. Like, you can see that shiny roof in front of me. I just know I need to fly to the left of that to turn final every time. And then everything lines all up. So if you're like, man, I just can't seem to like turn final at the right place.
November Tango Echo, runway 35 right.
500.
Go to land 35 right, November Echo. If you pick out a specific spot, once you've tried a couple different things, and then fly to the exact same spot every single time you're flying into your airport, it'll make your life a lot easier. It takes the guesswork out of it, and then you have nice approaches every single time. All right, checklist is complete. We've been cleared to land. Airspeed's bouncing all over the place today. Prepare for the downdraft right here that we always seem to have. We'll come in at 70 knots, which is a little fast, but it's all right. There's the downdraft. There you go, finally get set down. Well, this is my only flight for the day. Very slow, very easy Monday morning. Thanks for joining, guys. I really do appreciate you guys leaving thumbs up, comments down below. It helps the channel grow. Share these videos with anybody you want. And if you're interested in maybe getting into flight sim, or you want to learn how to fly the Kodiak, check out the link down below to the e-course. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And welcome here to Goroka. Thanks again, guys. See you next time.